was like, I'm actually really proud of myself. It took me to run a freaking marathon to say that in me, and I've never felt this way before, where it literally was like I had nothing left in me. Like I was just pushing myself to the limit where I didn't care how I felt anymore. I was like, my body needs to get me the sub 4. You are only limited by your own mind. Race day, and it is 3:49 now, and I'm just having my pre-run meal. So 4 rice cakes, 40 grams of banana, 10 grams of jam, I believe, or 20 grams, 5 grams of peanut butter, and then another muesli bar. Let's go. So it's now 4 a.m. I got up at like 3 a.m, laid there for like 3:30 and was like, okay, I'm just gonna get up. Had my meal, and yeah, I'm just ready to go. I'm gonna do some dynamic stretches now, just get my body nice and warmed up, wake myself up as well. I've had a coffee. I'm TMI, but not TMI. I'm just really hoping that somehow at 4 a.m. the coffee's gonna make me go to the toilet so that I don't have to go when I'm running, because that is probably what's stressing me out the most. So let's hope it kicks in. So I've got all of this laid out from last night. So we have all my gels, all the carbs I'm gonna be having. How many calories is this? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's like almost like 900 calories or 1,000. Just through my run. So this will be in the first hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and the 3 hour mark, 320, 340, 360, and then obviously 4 hours. And if I need a bit more, I have 2 extras just in case. Now this is very gooey. And the last time I had 2, I think it kind of did set my stomach off, so I'm gonna leave this to the end. I've never tried these, and I know they say don't try things that you haven't tried on race day, but Anna gave me these and she said they're a lot better than the goo ones, just because they're a bit more watery. Obviously they're a lot bigger and they're a bit kinder to your stomach, so I'm gonna trust her because she's run a marathon with these. So yeah, I'm gonna have these, and then this one has caffeine, so I'm gonna leave this one till the 3rd hour when I'm kind of dying. I think that's gonna be perfect to kick in. Now I'm gonna fill these up with water as well, and I have these little like electrolyte things, so I'm gonna chuck them in there as well. I bought myself some chafing cream. I don't know if I'm gonna run with it or just put it on before, but basically my thighs have been dying from my runs, and then obviously my sunnies, so we are ready to go. Alright guys, so with a little bit of spillage, we now have our 2 500 milliliter bottles, well, squishy bottles. So this should last me, hopefully. If I start early, I probably won't need any water until it gets hot. So I'm gonna trust that 1 liter is enough, because when I've been practicing my runs, I've been having like 250 milliliters and max 500 milliliters. So another 500 for the extra 10K. I hope it's enough. If not, we'll see what we do when we get down to the beach. Hopefully I'll see my friends there by the time I'm at my 10K, and maybe they'll have some water if I need it, but I think it should be fine. All right, so I'm all ready to go. So I've got my drink bottles, I've got all my fuel here. I've got some fuel in here as well. I'm gonna try squeeze my phone somewhere. Just take my case off. Should fit in here actually. Let's see, let's give this a go. Yeah, so my phone fits in here. That's gonna be in here. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm actually really excited. I am buzzing. My face looks so white here, but I am so excited. I know that I've given my all, so we'll see how it goes. It's crazy that it's 4 hours. That's a really freaking long time, but the next time you see me, I will do a recap of the run, how it felt, how I went. I'll try to get some snippets as well on my phone when I'm running. I probably will be able to get some at the start, and then maybe like by the 30K mark, I'm probably gonna be like way too knackered, but yeah, no, I'm excited. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I have enough carbs in me just to at least fly through the 21K, the half marathon. And then for the rest, we shall see. I've never actually ran with like water and this much stuff on me, so it's gonna be interesting. It feels very heavy, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I will catch you guys on the other side. So we have arrived at Kite Beach now, and I'm just gonna warm up quickly. And it's crazy that like there are actually still people out from the night before.
just like about to start my marathon. But anyways, gonna quickly do another warm up and then we're gonna be off. Okay, so that's my marathon done. Oh my god, I feel dreadful. I can't walk. My right knee is so sore. It started hurting at like 32k, and that's when like my pace just slowed down, but still made sub 4, which is amazing. I don't think I'm gonna be able to walk for a few days. Alright, so the first marathon is done and I had 40 seconds to spare, thank God, because if I hadn't made it, I probably would have gone out and ran again next week just to prove to myself that I can do a sub 4. I will see you guys at Common Grounds and we're gonna enjoy some food.
Have you hired her? Have you hired her or is she like...
Alright, so just arrived at Common Grounds and I was really eyeing up their pizzas, but apparently people don't make pizzas before like 12 p.m, which kind of makes sense because I guess pizza is not a breakfast thing. So I've just gotten myself a tandoori chicken wrap here and some crisps and then a green juice because health as well. And how we communicate better. Nice. Hi to the vlog! They know me. She even sent us like a... Hey! Hello! Those pancakes look so good! I know, we're all really jealous. We're like, shit. Yum, yum. Alright, I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna give it a little try. Do you want some? You wanna try it? You've run the marathon. No, try some. Tuck in. Okay. The moment of goodness. No, it's nice. Oh, it's warm. I would say it's like I give it an 8 out of 10. I've had like, it needs to be like more, it needs to be more chocolatey. No, 8 out of 10. The cocoa powder makes it about 6 out of 10. It's not a brownie. It's not rich enough. Ice cream. Right? Ice cream. Yeah. Alright, so we are now shopping at Beach City and we're just waiting for Anna to do a little catwalk, so it's gonna be the highlight of my day. It's not the marathon, but it's this catwalk. No pressure, Anna. Yeah, okay, I'll get some more steps in. So cute. These are so cute. Oh, love. I actually really want that, so where is it? Pretty. So back from breakfast, lunch, don't even know what the meal was, but it was really nice. I just wanted something savory because the gels that you have and like the electrolytes, it was just all so sweet. And it just got to a point where I was like, I feel so sick from having just sugar. I've just had physio. I should have recorded that physio session, or like the sports massage, because oh my God, I literally was screaming. Cam was like, I wish I was recording this because I was literally lying there being like, oh my God, and then laughing because that's kind of how I respond to pain. But that was such a painful session. I'm gonna try to record next time he comes. Hopefully I'll still be in the same amount of pain, but that was just so sore. And he was like, I'm barely even like going hard on you right now. And I was like, I'm in so much pain. My right knee is slightly swollen. I'm not really sure what's happened. I think my quads were quite tight and they were probably pulling at it. So that is probably my fault because I was not rolling out my quads that much. My hamstrings are fine, my calves fine. When he was like digging into them, I was like, they're actually not sore, but it's just been my quads and my knee, obviously. I'm just actually here doing some work. So just got our client check-ins. So just going through basically all their check-ins. Yeah, so just doing some work. My friend was like, you're crazy, why are you working after your marathon? I was like, I actually feel fine right now, and I have client check-ins and I actually really love what I do, so but crazy. So I'm just getting some work done, and then I've got my friend coming over as well, and we're just gonna chill for a bit, and then I'll probably order dinner. I'm not very hungry at the moment. I literally have no appetite. I am just like still thirsty. I just need water. But I'm gonna do a recap as well. I'll sit down after my friend comes. I'll sit down, do a little recap of the run, but I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, I didn't think I'd make it. I didn't think I'd make it sub 4. I really didn't. With 40 seconds to spare. So I will sit down and just talk you guys through it because honestly, the run was going so well and I probably could have done a 350, but yeah, my knee. I'll tell you guys more about it later after I see my friend and after I finish my work. All right, guys, so I got really hungry. So I ordered this like burrito bowl and I realized that I didn't even film it because I literally just took it from the delivery driver, sat down and I think I inhaled it. I literally think I inhaled it. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna sit down tomorrow morning and kind of do a like recap of the marathon because right now I'm knackered. I have also ordered where is my pizza? It's been a while. I've ordered this like truffle, I think pepperoni truffle pizza. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it just looked amazing. And then also 3 Krispy Kreme donuts because I'm treating myself. And then I'm just gonna call it a night. I'm literally just gonna, I'm so tired. Oh my God, there is the pizza. Be right back. The pizza's not here, but the Krispy Kreme is here. So we got, let me just show you guys. Oh my God, beautiful stuff. So I ordered these last week, so after my marathon, no, my half marathon, sorry. And they were just so good. So today I was like, you know what? I need another round of these. And then I'm probably gonna start a cut next week. I just wanna like drop down like 2-3 kgs, so not much, just before I head off to Bali. So heading off to Bali in July. So I'll have like around 6 weeks to cut, so not a big cut. Oh my God, this looks beautiful, guys. Oh my God. Oh, let me show you. Oh my God. So we have this like Nutella filled one, and then this one's Biscoff, so it has like Biscoff inside, and then obviously original glaze. I'm gonna have this after the pizza, but oh my God, guys. Woo! As I was saying, I'm off to Bali June the 30th actually, so we have a client retreat. So pretty much just an all-inclusive retreat for our clients that can make it. I'm so excited about this. Like, if you've been following me for a while, I think I mentioned this in previous vlogs, it's always been like a dream of mine just to bring like-minded women together on this journey. And there's going to be like meditation, sound healing, breath work, you know, guided meditations, guided journaling. I'm going to run a few workshops on like confidence, self-belief. Izzy's going to do some workouts. Yeah, and then we have a confidence photo shoot as well. So I'm getting a photographer down. Going to go to the beach, either sunset or sunrise. Still need to figure that out. If you guys know good photographers in Bali, please let me know, females as well, because everyone I've messaged, I think the people in Bali are just way too relaxed. Like they literally have not replied to me. One girl replied and I was like, can I like, so how do I like book? How do I confirm? And she just didn't reply. I was like, okay, cool. I'm literally asking to like, I'm literally giving you work and you're not even replying. Anyways, they're too busy just being like chill, obviously. But we're doing a confidence photo shoot, which I am so excited about because I know that it's just going to be so rewarding looking back on their journey and celebrating it, being like, wow, that's me. Like that is me with a group of empowering women together on the beach, just, you know, actually giving ourselves a self-love that we have always deserved. So I'm very excited for that. And then I will actually be heading back to New Zealand. For like a month, and then I'll be back in Dubai. So very exciting few months coming up. Ow, I think I've cut my hand by opening those donuts. I was a bit too excited. So I'm just actually booking in some last minute Airbnbs because I'm gonna go to Bali just before the retreat. So I do need a place to stay before the retreat, which I just realized I did not book. So I'm gonna do that now. The retreat's all booked and everything, but I will need a place just before it. So super exciting stuff. I am knackered. I'm trying to find also a nice TV series to start on Netflix, but I swear I have ADHD or something. I cannot focus on any sort of like Netflix film or anything like that. But I might have a little search. Maybe I'll watch a movie tonight actually. But yeah, I just want to put myself to bed. I literally just want to like have my pizza, have my donuts, and just watch something and then just like go to bed. I haven't done that in so long actually. I don't remember the last time I actually just watched a movie and actually just had like, I don't know, a super indulgent meal and just went like zen. But your girl's knackered, so I will catch you guys when the pizza comes. All right guys, so 5 minutes later we have the pizza. So oh, I remember what I got now. My brain is all over the place, guys. I got the what's it called? It's a Bresaola and fig. It has like some fig jam on it. I am a sucker for anything fig related, and a sweet kind of pizza, always like sweet and salty. Let me just show you. Oh, it looks beautiful. So here is the pizza. Very nice, very nice. Let's just give it a taste test. It's been a while since I've done this with you guys actually. I fully just, okay. was not ripped off very well. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I usually like a more sourdough crust. This is a bit thicker than what I, that does not look appetizing, Chingyang. I usually like a more kind of sourdoughy crust, but that is okay. I give this a probably 7 out of 10. I definitely have had better crusts. I think Frank and Mankin does the best crust in the UK. And also, probably not the best idea going for something sweet because I feel like I've had so much sugar today already. So I feel like the jam's actually a bit too much, but that is okay. Pizza is pizza. Does anyone else wrap up the pizza or am I the only one? But anyways, I'm gonna enjoy this and then the Krispy Kreme, and then I'm gonna go to bed and I will catch you guys in the morning tomorrow. Ooh, yum. Right, so good morning. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wrap up on the marathon. So I woke up at 3, I think, on Saturday morning. Yes, around 3:30. I had my pre-workout meal. So that was around, I believe it was like 4 a.m. Yeah, got down to the beach around 5 a.m. and then warmed up and then started my run around 5:20. So that first half marathon honestly went so well. Like I genuinely felt so good. Obviously it's still like challenging because it's a freaking half marathon, but no, it just felt good. I was listening to a podcast. I was actually listening to Steve Bartlett and Chris Williamson's. They were talking about basically how males and females are no longer compatible, and basically like discipline, why high performers always strive to, I don't know, do different challenges, like to really put themselves under challenging situations to achieve and to aspire to do more greater things. And it was really, really relevant, to be fair, like a lot of that podcast. So that got me through the first like 2 hours. And honestly, like after the marathon, it was like, I find it very hard sometimes to actually sit down and be like, I'm proud of myself. It's something I've always struggled with, like just saying, hey, I'm actually really proud of myself. I do certain things or I'll achieve certain things, and I just really do downplay it. And I think it's something I've been working on for a very long time in therapy, because I know that like if I don't acknowledge what I'm doing, then it's almost like I'm just always trying to chase after other achievements because I just never feel like I'm ever proud of myself. And it was strange because on Saturday when I came back home, I was like, I'm actually really proud of myself. It took me to run a freaking marathon to say that, but something I'm working on. Anyway, so the first half was really great. I was even like, I recorded myself, I like voice noted my friend, was like, hey, like, I've just got 2 hours left, like this is great. Obviously the heat hadn't hit me just yet because I started around like what, 5:30, 5:20, and at like 7:30 mark, I was like, it's decent, like it's getting warm, but it's not too unbearable. I think it was like 8 a.m. when just hell broke loose. I was at around like 26K. I was back at Kite Beach and I was like, just kind of doing my thing, like just enjoying myself. I started playing music at this point. So I went from the podcast to music, which was like just that extra sort of motivation I needed. And then for some reason, my right knee just like, it just wasn't happy. Like basically it started hurting like here. Just show you guys my legs here. But basically like every time I bent it, it still hurts. But every time I bent it, it would just send this like shooting pain down my hamstrings and my quads. And I think it's something to do with my IT band right at the moment. Like it's still really painful now, and I'm just pretty much limping everywhere. I kind of look a bit disabled, but it's okay. I'm hoping that it heals soon because I really want to get back to the gym and start training legs because it's been a wee while. But anyway, so when that started happening, I literally like, I started crying. I just cracked my jaw. I just started crying, not because I wanted to cry, but it was just so painful. Like my body was like, stop it, Chingyang. Like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but stop. My mind was like, you need to stop. And every kind of step I took, it was just like excruciating pain, to a point where my pace went from like 5:30 down to like literally 7 minutes per kilometer. And I looked at my watch and I was like, this is not happening right now, because I was on such a good start. I was feeling amazing. There's absolutely no way that I'm allowing this to now ruin my run. And at this point I was like, if I continue at this current pace, I'm well ahead on my schedule. I could finish the marathon at 3:50. And I was like, I really want to do that. Like, that'd be epic. Like, my goal was always sub 4, but I was like, if I can get 3:50, that would be like incredible. But at the rate of basically how I was going with my knee, I was like, there's no way that I'm going to reach that. And if I continue running at this pace, I'm going to make a sub 4, and I'm going to be devastated because I've trained really hard for this. It's been a short training session, to be fair, because I started in November for a half marathon back then. But still, I was like, I've given it my all, and I really set my mind to a sub 4, and I know I can do it. Like, I know it's within me. If everything played out perfectly, my knee wasn't hurting, easy. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna let this now stop me. So for a good like 2K, I was just like limping, crying. bless the people who walked past me, because they must have been like, what is going on with this girl? Because my face was like, I literally was like, I don't want to know how I looked, but I was like, just crying, and like even out loud I was like whilst I was running, with like tears in my eyes, like, stop crying, Chiang, don't cry. And because I was like whimpering, I couldn't breathe properly, and then I got stitches. So I was like, okay, Chiang, you need to calm yourself down, and you need to stop crying, and you need to start working on breathing. Just focus on your breathing, not the pain, because if you continue crying and you continue whimpering, the stitch is going to get worse, and you definitely are not going to be able to run really fast with a stitch and a fucked knee, right? So I was like, hey, just like start breathing. I was like, in, out, in, out. And then my internal dialogue for a very long time was like, just stop. Like, no one is forcing you to do a marathon. Like, you sign up for this yourself. It's not even like a proper official marathon. Like, there's no one around you. You can just walk, pause, and then get back into it. And then I was like, you know what? Like, you could just stop. Like, you've already done 26K. Like, that's still epic. Like, you can just stop now. Just say that you hurt your foot and then do it another time. Like, no one's gonna care. But then the other side of me was like, no, like, you're not someone who gives up, right? So I think in that moment, it really just highlighted to me again, like, why it's so important to have a positive internal dialogue and to remind yourself that it is mind over matter. For many things, it is going to be mind over matter. When you want to achieve something great, it's going to be painful, it's going to be hard. And in those moments, you can either back down and you can listen to your internal dialogue that's not productive, or you can change your internal dialogue to something that's more productive, that's going to get you through it regardless of how hard it is. And I was like, you know what, like, I'm not going to die. Yes, my knee is sore, I don't know what's happened to it, but I can still move, so I'm going to keep going. And I set my mind for a sub 4 hour, so I'm going to get it. And if not, I'm going to at least finish this marathon, because I know that if I don't finish it, if I give up, I'm going to be so devastated, and I'm going to be just so like upset at myself. And I know that this is like one of those defining moments that are going to either really build me my confidence and self-belief to know that I actually have so much mental resilience, or it's going to just make me again feel like crap and be like, wow, like, I just don't have that mental resilience. Like, it was hard and I stopped. And I don't want to look back and be like, yeah, it was hard, so I stopped. Like, no, it was hard and I kept going, because that is what I signed myself up for, and that is how you build confidence. So I was like, okay, Chiang, just keep going. And I was like, just focus on one step at a time, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. So I changed my internal dialogue, and I was like, you know what, we've already done 26K. That is more than halfway there. So just keep going. And the slower you go, the longer you're going to be in pain for. So you might as well just go faster and endure the pain, then just keep going. You know, you either stop or you go at your best, at your fastest pace possible with the pain, because there's no in between. You could go slow with the pain, but that's just gonna, number one, not get you your sub 4, and number two, you're just gonna be in pain for longer, so just keep going. So that was the internal dialogue that I battled with for a good while. And then, you know what, it's like the power of your mind. Like, as soon as I just kept going, yes, it was still painful, but I stopped focusing on the pain. I just focused on 1 kilometer, like each kilometer at a time, and it actually distracted me up to a point where then I was just so dehydrated that I was on Kite Beach, and I literally, all I could think about was water. And I think it was like natural instincts, like my survival instincts must have kicked in, because all I could think about was water. I was looking at people walking past me, just looking for a water bottle. And it got to a point where I just opened up another gel. Like, I don't really need the gels because my energy was fine. I'm quite like highly energetic as a person in general. I don't know what it is, like something in me, I'm just always like all over the place. But yeah, so energy wise was absolutely fine, but I was so dehydrated. Like, I literally felt so parched, and obviously the sun was like literally just right on me. And yeah, so at this point I was like, I'm just gonna open up another gel, because there's some still liquid in the gel. Like, these gels, they're just like carbohydrates, they're just simple carbs for you, to help you, right, for energy wise and fuel. But the cis ones that Anna gave me, they're a bit bigger, they have a bit more water in them, they're a bit more diluted. So I was like, I just need water at this point, so I'm gonna have a gel, because at least there's like a little bit of water in there. Didn't really help, but I was like, it's fine. Like, mentally I was like, I've had some liquid in me. And then with 3K left, that was when I like checked my phone, because I was like, I really need to find my friends, and they should be by the beach by now. Checked my phone, and it was like, hey, I'm by Oakberry. And I was like, oh my god, I'm running back to Oakberry now. Like, I'm probably like, I don't know, like 2K away from it. And I voiced noted her, and I was like, I really need some water right now. Like, I literally feel I'm gonna faint. And she was like, yeah, I've got a water bottle. And that, just like seeing her say she had a water bottle, got me through that like last like 1 to 2K. And I saw her, and my eyes were just like, oh my god, that was the best tasting water I've ever had in my whole life. Like, honestly, I don't know what it was. It must have just been, I was so dehydrated. I was like, wow, this water is amazing. So then that helped me through another 1K. And then honestly, the last 2Ks felt like a lifetime. Like, I kid you not, the hardest 2Ks of my life. And at this point, I looked at my watch and I was like, oh my God, I have to keep my pace at least 5:30 if I want to get sub 4, and I'm only just gonna make it. So I was just gassing at this point. I was like, I'm gonna give everything in me. And I've never felt this way before, where it literally was like, I had nothing left in me. Like, I was just pushing myself to the limit where I didn't care how I felt anymore. I was like, my body needs to get me the sub 4. I just need to run as fast as I freaking can. And honestly, when you look at my pace, it just increased so much. Like, it was that like fear of being like, I'm not gonna make it, that really pushed me further. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, this is what the podcast was saying actually. It's like, when you have something that you want, you're gonna go after it. But when you have pain or something that's chasing after you, you're gonna run even faster. So for me, it was like, I want that sub 4, and then the pain and fear of not getting it right now and just being like 1 second off pushed me that extra little bit that I needed. So with my splits, I'm just gonna have a look at my splits. So I'm actually gonna show you guys because you can actually see. So basically this is the start. So obviously the start was really well going, like I was just enjoying my life. I was like, cool. And this is when basically my knee gave way. And this was when I was having that really long internal dialogue being like, Chingyang, keep going. And then around here was when I had the water. And this was when I realized I literally would be sub 4 by like a few seconds. And I was like, Chingyang, like you are not finishing the marathon with, I don't know, a 4 hour and like 1 second time. You have to make the sub 4, because if you're late by 1 second, that would piss me off so much. I'd probably run it again. So I made it at the end. My last split was 5:21. So it went from 6:40, where I was really struggling, 6:45, 6:12, 6:02, 5:39, 5:28, 5:30, and then 5:21. My heartbeat was like 182, 183 at this point, because I was like, fucking hell, just go. And yeah, end up getting a 3 hour 59 26 second pace. Average pace was 5:40. So oh my god, man, like the adrenaline, let me tell you, that adrenaline the last like 1K, I've never felt something like it. And then I also never felt something just as like mind-blowing as when I finally stopped and was like, oh my god, it's done. Like I literally stood there on Kite Beach and was like, oh my fucking god. And obviously there's people walking by being like, what is this girl doing? And I literally just I was in my own world. I was like, oh my god, I did it. I was in so much pain. I finally felt my knee, because I think when you stop and when the adrenaline wears off, you're like, crap, like my body is broken. But at this point I was like, I don't care, like I'm so happy that I got it. And yeah, it was like the first time in my life in a very long time where I was like, I'm really freaking proud of myself. And I think it was because it was just so hard, and it was because in those like that 2 or 3K where I was really struggling, it was those moments where it was really challenging that allowed me to be like, wow, I feel so good about myself, because that was really hard and I really did want to stop. Like I was so tempted at just giving up. Like I was so close to it, but I didn't do it. So yeah, like if you take anything from this, is like, you know, it's gonna be hard. Achieving anything that you want is gonna have its challenges, but it's in those moments where you can give up and then just retreat to comfort, or it's in those moments where you tell yourself, this is a defining moment. This is a moment where I either build so much mental resilience, confidence, and self-belief, and really know my own potential and really know that I have so much more, or it's where you give up and, you know, you almost kind of keep yourself in that limited sort of potential that you have. And I'm a huge believer that as human beings, we have so much potential that we don't tap into, and you really do have to seek that discomfort and that challenge to be able to release that potential. As David Goggins said, he said something about like, you know, the like, what was the quote? It was like, the scariest thing is like not like, let me search it up because it's a really good quote and it's so true. And it's also why like I love just like doing hard things, like from bodybuilding to now running marathons. Like I like doing these things because again, it just really shows you that you are only limited by your own mind. Yeah, you are in danger. Okay, this is what he said. Yeah, you are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. And that's so true. Like if you live on auto drive and you just live in comfort, you're never gonna realize just how much you have in you. You know, it's like you don't have to go run a marathon if that's not what you want, but do things that are hard, do things that are challenging. If that's you quitting your current job because you don't like it, freaking do it, because you either can choose to live a really comfortable life and not realize your full potential, or you can start doing things that are hard, challenging, and uncomfortable to give yourself that chance to actually find out what you're made of, you know? Or if that's, I don't know, like doing that startup that you've always wanted to, traveling the world, moving countries because you've always wanted to do that, but you haven't, because right now being at home is just so comfortable. You've maybe grown up in the same city and you've always been around the same circle of friends. But if you feel like there's more to you, go and pursue that. Like, what's the worst that could happen? It's like when I quit my job, when I moved countries, when I moved at 17 to London from Auckland, that was freaking uncomfortable and scary. And you know, like I did give up a lot of time with my family and my sister, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I really wish I could have more time with them, but at the same time I knew that that discomfort and just going away would allow me to grow so much. And the only reason I'm here where I am today is because of all those things. Same thing with this marathon now, like it's built me so much self-belief where I'm like, wow, my body can really do incredible things. And I always told myself I wasn't a runner, always told myself that, I never ran, never. And by doing this now, I've proven to myself that I actually can do whatever I set my mind to. Like, I can become a runner if I want to be. If I tell myself I am going to be a great runner, you know, I can be a bodybuilder if I want to be. If I continue pursuing that, I could. And all I would have to do is just tell myself that you are a great bikini bodybuilder and you're going to do it, you know? So you are just limited by your own beliefs, and I really hope that you guys take that away when you guys see my content and stuff. Like, yeah, just like push yourself to the limit, see what you're capable of. But anyways, like that was incredible. And then obviously afterwards, came back home, showered, went for food with my friends, which was amazing as well. And then that night I had pizza as well, and the donuts, which was incredible. One of my friends messaged me, was like, you did not finish all those donuts. And I was like, yeah, I did, within like 10 minutes. Your girl can eat. But anyways, that is a wrap of my first marathon. And the goal now really is obviously just enjoy training. I'm so excited to get back into the gym. I really miss just getting stronger. I miss my sumo deadlifts. I've tweaked my back a little bit and it's been sore for like 4 weeks. So I'm just trying to kind of go through rehab and just make sure my back's feeling fine, and obviously go a bit lighter when I get back into it. But I'm excited just to get as strong as possible, get as fast as possible, really actually work on my running, because I haven't been training for very long. So naturally I haven't actually been training in zone 2 at all. So what I now want to do is actually be able to improve my endurance and my stamina so that I can run at the current pace I'm running at, but with my heart rate being lower, because it's very hard to actually sustain the pace I'm at for even longer at a high heart rate. So I just want to be able to run at what I'm currently running, but at a lower heart rate. So those are the two kind of performance-based goals. And then obviously working my physique. So I have not done a dieting phase since I competed, which was like a good 1.5 years ago. Yeah, I think since last March, I haven't really focused on my body. Like, I'm actually really comfortable with how I am anyways. And I am my heaviest right now. I weighed in today actually, and I was like, well, I'm 61.8 kgs. I've never been this weight before in my life. I usually sit around like 60 kgs, 59. I think the last time I actually cut, I was at around like 57, which I was actually quite comfortable with, but I was quite a lot smaller. So right now I'm going to Bali in like 10 weeks time. We're doing a client photo shoot, a confidence photo shoot. I'm not cutting because of the photo shoot. I only just actually decided that we would do one, but I genuinely just miss having like a more physique based goal. I genuinely miss the discipline and the hardness, I guess, like the challenge, not hardness, the challenge of actually having to be quite disciplined with food. So yeah, I just do want to be able to now have a more physique based goal, to work on my physique, to lean out a little bit. Yeah, just the challenge that it brings really, and to also obviously still work on those performance based goals. You can have both. Sometimes you're going to have to lean towards one a bit more. For example, my marathon, that was when I was like, I'm just going to eat as much as I need to recover, to feel okay, to perform my best. Regardless of whether I gain body weight or I lose body weight, I don't care. I'm just going to perform at my best and do what I need to. And now it's more like, okay, cool, I don't have that deadline of that kind of performance-based goal. I still want to perform well, but now I can also work on my physique a bit more and actually go into a bit of a deficit to cut. So I'm only looking to lose like around 2 to 3 kgs. Again, it depends on like what my body comp looks like, because I know I've built a lot of muscle over this last year of just like literally just being in a slight surplus, just training hard, getting stronger, running faster. I know that my glutes have definitely grown a lot. So I don't know what weight I'm going to be at the end of my cut this year, well, this mini cut after 10 weeks, I'll see. But I'm just going to base on how I look when I feel like, yeah, I'm, you know, pretty happy now with like how much leaner I am. And if I want to push myself that little bit extra, I will. If I don't want to, I won't. So that is the current goal. And then the next marathon that I'm going to run will be the Abu Dhabi Marathon, I think it's December the 17th. So I'm very excited for that because it's going to give me enough time to train. I'm going to take a step back from like proper running training in terms of the long distances for now. But then I'm going to go to Bali, go to New Zealand for a bit, and then come back around September to Dubai. And that's when I'm going to really pick up the kind of marathon training again, really get back into it. And then hopefully we get a even better time for the Abu Dhabi race, maybe a 3:45. That would be epic. So yeah, that is the goal. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me just also eat shitloads of carbs in the previous episode, and then obviously this running episode. I hope that inspires you. That's all I want to do with whatever I do. I just want you guys to take away a little bit of inspiration, of motivation to get started on your own journey. You don't have to have the same goals as me. You don't have to cut, you don't have to bulk, you don't have to run a marathon, but whatever it is that you want to do, maybe it's just better health, better mental health, better physical health, be able to climb up a flight of stairs without being breathless, having a better relationship with food, whatever it is that you know has been in the back of your mind that you need to start doing to make yourself feel better. I hope that this inspires you just to get going, and I also hope it inspires you to know that it's going to be challenging, but it's so worth it to do these things for yourself. Like, discipline is the best form of self-love and self-care. Doing hard things, showing up for yourself. Honestly, like, life is so short. Do whatever you need to do right now to get yourself into a better place, to feel better about yourself. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're new here and you're like, well, what the hell is this girl talking about? Just go through my YouTube and you'll understand my journey from bodybuilding till now. It's been an epic journey. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you give this video a like, please, because it really does support the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. Only 50% of you guys are subscribed. So all of you who are lurking and watching and not subscribed, what are you doing? And also you can find me on Instagram, that's cz.fit. I post way more regularly there, a lot of fitness tips, a lot of content out there, and I'm also documenting my cut there, so make sure you follow me there. And otherwise, have an incredible rest of your week. I'm also opening up a few coaching spots, so if you're interested in working with me and my team, getting to become the best version of yourself, regardless of what your goals are, we will meet you where you're at, whether that's home training, gym training, whether you're a complete newbie or advanced. Does not matter where you're at, we're gonna meet you where you're at and take you to that next level. So if you're interested, flip me a message with coaching on Instagram, cz.fit, and I will chat with you there. Otherwise, thank you for coming along, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.